Sir Valar. There's not a soul left alive in this whole bloody place.
Good. Pillage as much as you want, but if you find letters or documents, let us know.
My thanks, sir. I will let the other Bloodseekers know.
We have nearly finished. You've been nothing but an irritant to me, Alistair. I couldn't have taken much more of your company.
Your words are as empty as your sense of honor.
What do you know of my sense of honor? You, who ran away from your duty.
Don't play that game with me. You know what I speak of.
I see that you have still not gotten over your mistakes. Enough idle chatter. We need the documents that the Queen requested. I do not wish to remain here long.
Non. Bon, bah faut trouver des papiers. Ça va être pratique.
So this is your personal army. They look like crows on a battlefield.
Fermé. Putain, ils ont fait un massacre. Fermé. 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 Fermé.
This chest is horrible. There's no way to open it without.
Ah, je l'ai la clé.
I would bet my life that it contains something important.
Voilà.
This would appear to be what we seek. Let us see what this Godric was hiding. Letters. So he wasn't lying. He did have orders from the King's hand himself. Ah, here is something that will no doubt interest the Queen.
What have you found?
I was tracking down a girl who vanished just as I was about to close in on her. This document details what happened to her. It surprised me that she escaped me so easily. John Arryn was behind all of that. He sent her to hide in the north, and it would seem that this Godric was supposed to join her. Jon, someone must go to the north and get that girl. The Queen wanted her head at any cost. You are my best spy. I would like you to go in person, take a few men and go to Castle Black. Pretend to be Godric Donnelly. That whore will more easily come out of her hole if she thinks she's found her protector. Send me a raven as soon as you've located her. I will go meet you and take care of her personally.
Understood, Sir Valar.
It is time that I return to the Red Keep to report to the Queen, Alistair.
Don't think that you'll see her without me.
Indeed. We will meet again at the entrance to the throne room.
Et voilà. Nos actions avec Alistair ont créé la situation de Morse. Donc si Morse est dans la merde... Enfin si on est dans la merde avec Morse, c'est de notre faute avec Alistair. C'est quand même assez mindfuck comme situation. Et moi pendant la cinématique je me suis fait saigner. Les joies de se griffer. Un peu trop. C'est le bordel cette session. Enfin je pense que parti comme c'est, on va pas tarder à arriver au bout du chapitre d'Alistair. Avec un peu de chance. Donc... Enfin ça fait 1h30 déjà de tournage. 1h30 que je n'ai pas mangé. J'ai la dalle.
You certainly took your time. 1 second more and I was going to see the Queen alone.
You didn't think I'd give you that pleasure, did you? We're off.
Ouais, c'est parti.
Ah, my brave knights have returned.
Your Grace, the mission you gave me has been accomplished. Furthermore, here are the documents that you asked for.
Perfect. I note that you managed to cooperate finally. Let me see that. So that wretch is in the north. Good. Now, let us speak of you, sirs. I have had news of your hunt's progress. Your escapades throughout the city are already a source of much talk. I would have appreciated a bit more discretion.
Forgive me. There were many men standing between us and our objective.
I see. I shall attribute that to your inexperience in the matter, sir. Do not let this happen again. I'd rather not have to get rid of you. But after all, this commotion revealed our enemies, did it not? Without that, I imagine that you would not have found out about this mother hen. On that subject, I heard tell that Lord Alistair insisted on resolving matters peacefully at the Potters. Is this true?
Indeed. A massacre would have been useless. I deemed that we could arrive at our ends without killing innocents.
I appreciate your frankness. But those Potters sheltered our enemy's accomplice. They were guilty of treason, even if indirectly. I would have liked for them to pay the price. Really, I imagine it would have been better to spare them, if only to avoid drawing too much attention to this whole affair. What matters is that our enemies have been destroyed for good.
Consider it done, Your Grace. The mother hen, whose true name is Godric Donnelly, will cause you no more problems.
On the other hand, you must know that the man served the hand of the king himself. If he hears of this, his reaction may be detrimental to your cause.
Do not worry, my good fellow. Lord John Arryn will learn nothing of the kind. The hand of the king is dead. I heard of it just a moment ago.
Proof that destiny sometimes does make our lives easier.
Of course, if John Arryn had heard this story, he would have caused problems for us.
And concerning River Spring, Your Grace?
Je viens de me spoiler la série quand même.
Not yet, sir. Your collaboration is not yet finished.
Your Grace, I had thought to fulfill my contract by eliminating the enemies of the crown.
You thought wrongly, Sir Alistair. In light of the letter you brought to me, there still remains one person for you to find. The documents that you've brought me will enable us to continue our search for the young girl that you allowed to escape, Sir Valar. This information leads me to believe that she was sent north, somewhere close to Castle Black. Her name is Jane Greystone. I want you to return her to King's Landing, dead or alive. Use whatever means you like. Okay. It is now up to you to prove how determined you are to become the future master of River Spring. Come back to me once you have taken care of the young girl. Not before. You may go.
Unfortunately for you, Alistair, one of my men has already left for the wall. That is a race you will not
On verra.
win.
On verra. Alors, il prend un niveau mais il gagne pas de caractéristiques. Ça c'est chiant. Alors c'est quoi ça? Ah ah. Ok. Ça par contre ça peut être intéressant à prendre. Ici, qu'avons-nous? Alors... ça, il y a peu de chances que je puisse le faire. On va prendre ça. Alors je suis où? Voilà. Si j'ai la possibilité, j'ai plus qu'à aller vendre les trucs.
Well, well, has the hungry lioness found herself a new lackey?
Are you speaking of the queen like that? In her own palace? We are in the Red Keep, young man. You must enjoy living dangerously. What is your name?
My name is Uthor of the Vale. I was a knight under John Arryn, the Hand of the King. At least until that whore from the Westerlands killed him.
Careful. Such talk would be ill-advised.
I will say what must be said. She is a murderer and a traitor plotting against her king. I dare to say it, and it seems I am the only one here who does.
Alors... techniquement lui il est pas censé savoir que c'est une garce. Moi en tant que joueur je le sais parce que j'ai vu la série mais... il faut que je mette des points de mon côté.
I myself am a servant of House Lannister, and I will not allow you to sully my lady's name. Hold your tongue, my lord, if you do not wish to lose it.
I know very well what I risk. Run along back to the mother lioness, you dog's body. I will fulfill my duty, whatever it may cost me.
Bon, bah écoute, tu vas prendre dans ta gueule. Faut que je marque des points près de la reine de toute façon.
Sir Alistair, what are you still doing here? I would have thought you'd be moving heaven and earth to find the Greystone girl.
I am, your grace. But first I must tell you of Sir Uther Donnelly's impropriety. He spoke of you in a manner that was inappropriate.
Ah, Sir Uthor, yes. A sad case of excessive loyalty. The poor boy holds me responsible for the illness of our late lamented John Arryn. I do not know what fantasy has overtaken him. I imagine that he allowed his pain to overshadow his reason. As for my bore of a husband, he pays no attention to what is said, even within his walls. He is incapable of maintaining order, or even his queen's dignity.
I find it hard to believe that no one came forth to defend you, your grace.
Oh, of course, Sir Valar immediately offered to silence him in the most violent manner. But I do not wish to see the young man hurt for such a trifling thing.
Your grace, Sir Uther has sullied your name. I must act.
What enthusiasm! It's wondrous to see that some knights still know the meaning of the word gallantry. You think that you might be more diplomatic than your half-brother? Yes, I suppose so.
Diplomatie, j'aime ça.
Was very much loved by his people, and our differences were well known about court. It would be unwise for me to be too severe towards Sir Uthor. That would simply lend credence to his foolish words.
I should be able to find a more elegant solution. Sir Uther might find it in his best interest to humble himself, perhaps even publicly.
Really? You intrigue me. Go ahead, Sir Alistair.
Bon. On va faire une petite sauvegarde. Des fois que je me foire dans ma tentative. C'est une occasion en or, il faut pas que je la rate.
So, nut. No doubt you come back to carry out vile deeds for that whore you kneel to.
Voyons, quelle serait la meilleure tactique? Excusez-moi, petite interruption de téléphone. Donc, il va falloir que je pousse le vice. Hein. Ça, il faut vraiment que je marque des points auprès de la reine. J'ai pas envie de foirer non plus complètement le truc. Si je le pousse à m'attaquer, j'aurai la possibilité probablement de le tuer. Et du coup, vu que l'autre elle a l'air complètement sanguinaire, ça devrait lui faire plaisir.
You have been warned, Sir Uther. I cannot allow you to utter such nonsense. Leave now or be prepared to defend your accusations with steel.
I intend to do so, but I wouldn't be the first to draw my sword within these walls. If the lioness wants my blood, do me the pleasure and come take it. The entire court will know what she does to men of virtue who oppose her. Look how John Arryn fared.
Such devotion to the memory of a dead man, it's truly touching. Although many might question what is behind such ardent loyalty.
What do you mean by that?
Come now, Sir Uther, I am no longer young. You and I both know what kind of relations develop between a knight so authoritative and so strong, and his squire, so ready to plead.
Slanderous cur! You insult me! You insult my lord!
My poor boy. Already the question is on every tongue. Your despair is so poignant that it has piqued the interest of the court. But after all, it is not so serious a thing. You wouldn't be the first to service his master thus, and you won't be the last.
I will not tolerate your filth any longer. On your
Vas-y, attaque-moi. Attaque-moi, fais-toi plaisir. J'espère que je l'ai joué fine par contre. Hein. Parce que l'autre, il y avait 2 mecs juste derrière qui ont dû entendre toute la conversation. Tu parles d'une discrétion. Zut. Hey! Zut! Oh! Hop! Voilà! Faut nettoyer la moquette. Ah, faut nettoyer. Eh, tu m'écoutes? Faut nettoyer la moquette. Et le carrelage. Je suis derrière toi. Complètement sourd ces gardes. Alors, est-ce qu'elle va être contente hein?
Oh, here is my valiant knight. I thought I had made it very clear, Sir Alistair. Violence was out of the question. I am starting to think that all Sarwicks are bloodthirsty brutes. I am the one.
My deepest...
I think it is time for you to go carry out your task.
Very well, Your Grace.
Bon, bah voilà, c'est la tactique du... c'est la technique du chargement. Je ne serai satisfait que quand j'aurai réussi. Sans me faire engueuler. Pas avant. Non mais... c'est bon. On connaît déjà ça.
So, knight. No doubt you come back.
You are
Alors...
mistaken, Sir Uther. The Queen does not wish to hurt you. Quite the contrary. She has already done much to spare you a tragic fate.
What do you mean?
Your talk does her no more harm than the buzzing of a mosquito. However, it has not gone unnoticed. Some people are becoming annoyed. Such as my half-brother, Sir Valar, for example. He has a notion that your death would distinguish him in the eyes of her grace.
Sir Valar, eh? He's a swine, and unworthy of such a title. Let him come. 'Twould be an honor to defend my lord's memory.
I can only admire such inflexible loyalty. I wonder what he's hiding. Indeed, many others wonder the same thing.
What do you mean?
Je crois que c'est une
by
connerie
that?
là que je viens de faire.
Come now, Sir Uther, I am no longer... You and I both...
Slut!
My poor... But...
I will not tolerate.
Ok, fail. Il faut pas se battre. Impossible de charger. Ah. Allez, on y retourne.
Unworthy of such a title. Let him come.
No, I don't think so. The Queen does not want any bloodshed. Valar will not come for you in the light of day. Perhaps bandits will slit your throat in a dark alley, or you will fall dead drunk into Blackwater Rush. Valar is very inventive. One thing is certain. There will be no glory in the death he plans for you. Listen to my advice. Leave this city.
Why are you telling me all of this?
I do not want my bastard brother distinguishing himself in the eyes of the Queen, particularly in such a sordid manner. I have my reasons for this, but they're no concern of yours. And then you're young and foolhardy. Your only crime is being too loyal to your deceased lord. That does not deserve such punishment.
I see. Perhaps it is time for me to leave this nest of vipers after.
Là, je sens que la reine va pas aimer.
Your honesty, sir.
Et je sens que je devais refaire un chargement.
All was resolved without too much injury. The Queen should be pleased.
Ah, you certainly brought a little wisdom to that young man. And
Et voilà.
Sir Uther has left, Your Grace.
admittedly,
Allez, on passe le dialogue et on recommence. On va y arriver. Bon bah il me reste plus beaucoup de possibilités hein.
I have come to warn you one last time, Sir Uther. The Queen does not want bloodshed, but she cannot turn a blind eye to this forever. This uproar is an embarrassment to the Queen, the King, and House Arryn itself. You cannot keep doing this. Leave, young man. You are no longer welcome at the Red Keep.
Keep your threats to yourself. That Lannister woman will not keep me from my duty, no matter how many swords she sends.
You don't understand, young man. I do not intend to take your life. But if you continue on this path, someone else will, sooner or later.
My honor demands it. I am prepared to pay the price.
I do not doubt it. I was also a young knight once, and I made my share of errors. Your life is precious, so do not waste it like this. Once you've exhausted the Queen's patience, House Aaron will have to answer for you to the crown. Soon enough. Your intemperance will bring them to grief. They will be humiliated. You haven't the slightest notion of the wrongs you do them.
But my duty to John Aaron.
You have no proof, whatever your suspicions. You will accomplish nothing by proclaiming them to all and sundry. You wish to continue serving your master? Return to the Vale. Pledge your sword to his son and defend his house. Do not start a fight that you cannot hope to win.
You are right, Sir Alistair. I behaved like a fool. I shall go apologize to the Queen and beg her to forgive me, if she will do so.
Je sens que ça va pas la satisfaire non plus. Mais je sais plus si j'ai encore un choix ou pas.
Oh, you handled the situation admirably. Sir Uthor's tongue has been silenced, and I remain above the reproach of Aaron's supporters. You appear to have a much more subtle nature than Sir Valar.
Your Grace is too kind. Please take my gesture as a sign of loyalty.
What a gallant knight you make.
J'ai réussi!
Accept this humble gift, so it is known by all that you have my friendship. You may take your leave, good sir. You still have a task to perform. Make haste.
Very well, Your Grace.
Ah! Et qu'est-ce qu'elle m'a donné? Elle m'a pas donné une dague à la con quand même. Ah, ça. Avec plus de chances de négociation et de coups critiques. Ma foi, ça me fait une seconde bague, hein. Bon. Avec cette merveilleuse réussite, on est parti. Lui, je sens qu'il va vouloir me parler avant que je me barre.
Sir Alistair Sarwick, if I could have a word with you for a moment.
Who am I speaking with?
I am Lord Arwood Halton, Master of Castlewood. Your family and mine have long been friends.
Yes, I have heard tell of the Haltons of Castlewood. What can I do for you?
I've heard rumors that you've had difficulty finding your brother, Gawain.
Ouais.
Did you get the help you had hoped for from the Queen?
More or less. I am surprised that it is public knowledge. The Queen doesn't seem inclined to flaunt her arrangements.
You will quickly find that it is difficult to keep secrets inside the Red Keep. There are far too many inquiring ears about it. On that subject, what say you to moving this conversation elsewhere? I have a residence in the city. We may speak freely there. I have vital information regarding your brother.
Tu m'intrigues, même si ça sent un peu le piège quand même. Bon bah du coup on va avoir terminé le chapitre et on va passer à Morse. Donc comme promis je vais arrêter là cette session qui fait quasiment 2 heures. À peu de choses près. Je pense. Parce que j'ai un peu merdé sur le chrono. Et dans l'optique actuelle ça va quand même faire 4 épisodes. Ce sera déjà pas mal. Et donc voilà, je vous remercie d'avoir regardé cette session. Ça va faire un bon petit paquet d'épisodes pour vous. J'essaierai de retourner les suivants avant d'avoir épuisé le quota, ça serait pas plus mal. Et donc voilà, je vous remercie d'avoir suivi ce playthrough supplémentaire, cette petite session de jeu assez de taille moyenne on va dire, mais c'est vrai que j'ai pas énormément de temps devant moi non plus. J'essaie de m'arranger pour vous mettre des épisodes régulièrement, pour vous essayer de vous amuser un minimum, de vous faire découvrir un peu l'univers et compagnie. Et voilà, n'hésitez pas à laisser des pouces verts sur les vidéos, des commentaires, à me dire ce que vous en pensez. J'en profite également, n'hésitez pas à me dire ce que vous pensez du fait que j'ai remis les voix en anglais, si ça vous dérange ou pas. Parce que j'apprécie un peu plus cette ambiance-là, mais après, si vraiment je vois que dans l'ensemble, ça vous dérange, bah dans ce cas-là, je repasserai les voix en français et ça sera pas grave. Mais voilà, le tout c'est faites-le moi savoir, n'hésitez pas à me laisser à laisser votre avis en commentaire, sur ça ou sur autre chose, aucun problème. Les commentaires sont bons à prendre tant qu'ils sont respectueux. Et voilà, donc merci encore une fois d'avoir suivi ces vidéos là, et je vous dis à une prochaine fois pour une prochaine session de Game of Thrones. Allez, salut! Bon, petit bonus, en fait il y a une scène, donc je vais peut-être pas... je vais peut-être pas la perdre. Je pensais m'arrêter sur l'écran de chargement, mais...
Black is safe again after we took care of Godric's hirelings. But he could have turned some of our brothers, Jor. And we still don't know which ones.
Adam Flowers is responsible for leading the investigation and flushing out any traitors amongst them.
A witch hunt. No good will come of that.
I dislike this situation as much as you do, Moors, but we have no choice. I trust Adam. He will use discretion and wisdom. Just ask him if you need to know what the status is.
Very well. And what of the imposter?
John Arryn's death, the arrival of this girl, and the men from the south. These can't be coincidences. In my opinion, the imposter is nothing but a pawn. Everything leads me to believe that he works for someone more important. But we won't let them get away with it. The Night's Watch will hunt him down and make him pay.
They came to the gift, fooled us, and corrupted our sworn brothers. We are involved, whether we like it or not.
You're right. We cannot accept this. We must be cautious. One misstep, and Castle Black could pay dearly. But the message must be clear. No one attacks us without paying the price. Moors, I need you to follow their trail. Thus, I am naming you as a recruiter of the Night's Watch. In this capacity, you will be able to leave the gift and act freely. This letter, bearing my seal, will prove your good faith to those who might doubt your word. Your mission will be to find the guilty parties and punish them in our name.
Hunt down and eliminate. Understood. What do you plan to do with the girl?
Perhaps I can go with Sir Moors on his journey. The North does not seem as safe to me as it once was.
I agree. Besides, since you're the one the imposter is after, and he knows where to find you, you are no longer safe here.
The Lord Commander is right. John Arryn entrusted this mission to me. I will not fail his memory.
Patrick will accompany you to the border of the gift. He has already proven his loyalty. As for me, I will put together an escort of our most trustworthy men. They will meet you near Molestown. Moors, you might cross paths with Sir Godric's imposter and his men. Be alert.
I have every intention of crossing paths with him. The two of us have a matter to settle.
May the old gods speed you. The perils of the Seven Kingdoms are as dangerous to a sworn brother's body as they are to his soul. But I have faith in you. You will succeed.
Well then, let us get Patrick. He must be downstairs.
I'm with you.
Patrick, we're leaving for Molestown, and I need someone I can trust. You're coming with me.
You want to go back? There will still be enemies there.
Exactly. I need to know who sent them. At the moment, my only lead to find that out is the imposter. I'll find the rat and get him to talk. And I'll be sure to rid the gift of that traitor and all his henchmen.
Very well. Give me time to get my things and I'll come with you.
Sir Westford? Isn't it risky for me to go back there with you? After all, it's me that the men are after.
As long as you're with me, you'll be fine. Trust me, lass. I won't let anyone lay a finger on you.
Very well. I left my belongings with Sybil when we left Molestown. If I can, I should like to get them before we leave the north.
We'll be passing there anyway. As soon as we get the chance, we can go to your room.
Thank you.
All is well. I'm ready.
Let us go then.
Alors, quêtes secondaires. Les quêtes secondaires ont une durée de vie limitée. Prenez garde à ne pas les oublier trop longtemps, car passé certains chapitres, elles ne seront plus réalisables et seront automatiquement marquées comme échouées. D'accord. Bon bah voilà, fin du petit bonus. Je vous retrouve dans la prochaine session pour qu'on aille s'occuper de tout ça. Allez, à plus.